Nina Simone wrote Mississippi Goddam in 1964, and it became her first original protest song of the civil rights era. The year before it arrived, two acts of devastating violence had shaken the movement and the country. Civil rights activist Medgar Evers was assassinated outside his own home in Jackson, Mississippi. And 4 young girls were murdered in a church bombing. Those were the twin horrors that pushed Nina Simone to put her fury into music, and the result was a song so raw and so direct that it still cuts through decades later. Wesley Morris, a critic at the New York Times who covers art and popular culture, takes a close look at what makes Mississippi Goddam so enduring. The song didn't arrive as a subtle political statement or a carefully coded message. Simone named the state, she named the outrage, and she demanded to be heard. There was nothing polite about it, and that was entirely the point. What's striking about Morris's framing is the dual timeline he draws. The song belongs to 1964, yes, to the grief and rage of a movement confronting murder and impunity. But he also argues it belongs to now. That tension between then and now is what gives the piece its power. A song born out of specific, documented acts of racial terror continues to resonate because the conditions that produced it have never fully disappeared. Medgar Evers had dedicated his life to fighting for the rights of Black Americans in Mississippi. He was the NAACP's field secretary in the state, organizing voter registration drives and challenging segregation, before he was shot in his driveway in June 1963. Just months later, in September of that same year, a bomb planted at the 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham, Alabama, killed 4 girls who had gathered there. These were not isolated incidents, they were part of a sustained campaign of violence meant to terrorize a movement and keep it from succeeding. Simone absorbed all of that, and Mississippi Goddam came pouring out. The title alone was a provocation. The song was banned by radio stations across the South. And yet it traveled, it found its audience, it named what was happening, and it refused to let anyone look away. That's the essay Morris is writing, not a simple tribute, not nostalgia, but an argument that protest art earns its place across time when it tells the truth about the moment that made it. Mississippi Goddam told the truth in 1964, and it keeps telling it. That's why we're still listening. Thanks for joining us today.